Okay, hey guys, hey YouTubers, I got my blue chrome Xbox 360 controller shell today. Ordered it from Evil Controllers for $14.99, no tax actually, and free shipping, so it was actually a pretty good deal. The reason I actually got this is because I saw that they had the exclusive limited edition colors. GameStop, I think, was selling the blue one, and I really liked it, but I didn't want to spend $55 on another controller. I already have about 6 of them. So I figured, let me just buy the shell. I actually happen to have an extra controller lying around that I've never used. So I figured I can get a similar look just by buying the shell itself. So just got it not too long ago, and we're going to do an unboxing, and then I'm actually going to show you guys how to change out the controller shell. And it's not a difficult thing, but it can be tricky if you've never done it before. So here we go. I want to do the unboxing now. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like. So if you guys know who Evil Controllers are, they're a company that makes modded controllers. I did buy 1 or 2 from them. I don't even use them, unfortunately. Because it just, it never really functioned the right way or the way that I liked. So, I have them. Some of them look nice, but I don't really use them. So I really just bought the shell because I don't need the mod. I don't usually use the mod. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, very nice. It's nice and shiny. Okay. Doesn't come with the battery pack, so I do have to use that from the old original control. Wow, it's really shiny. Okay. Looks pretty good. Feels smooth. I mean, not like overly smooth, because once you start playing, your hand's gonna get a little bit warm and moist. So it should be okay. Looks like it sounds like it comes with the. Actually, no, it doesn't. That wasn't good. Hold on. Okay. So it looks like it does not come with the screws, so I have to take the screws from the original controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on. It shouldn't take me more than hopefully a few minutes. And I'll show you guys how to take apart your controller if you've never done it before. So I have here an original Xbox 360 controller. I have it in black. Never actually used it. Alright. So the one thing that I could not get that I liked on the new controllers is the transformable D-pad. Unfortunately, this is the original one. I do like the ones that you can spin and you get that cross feeling. It's a different feel. But unfortunately, I did read, and you can tell by looking at this blue shell, it actually wouldn't be able to take one of those D-pads. You can buy the D-pad, but the D-pad is actually, the hole is deeper. Whereas this, it only goes so far, so you have to use the original D-pad with this shell. So how do you take this thing apart? Here are the batteries that came with it. I hope the batteries still work. It's been a while. Alright, so to take this thing apart, you gotta pop the battery pack out. Okay, as you see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, and they're a special type of screw. You have to have a special, it's called a Torx head wrench, or Torx hex wrench, and it's an size 8 wrench. I actually got this for free when I bought one of my controllers from Evil Controllers in the past, so I've been using this ever since. But you can't buy this at a normal store. You can order one from Amazon, or sometimes when you buy these these shells and stuff, they come with it. But I actually happen to have one. So without this type of a screw, let me see if you can. It's not a regular flat head or a Phillips head. You can't see it, but it's got like it looks like a little star. So you do need this Torx hex wrench to take this apart. So what you gotta do is you gotta unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these screws. There's a screw right here when you open up the battery pack and take off the label. So I'm gonna just carefully take that off. You do have to get under there a little bit and try to be careful so I don't completely have to rip the sticker off and throw it away. So let's see what I can do here. I do try to be careful with this because I don't like to make a mess. Okay, so let's get, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a little screw in here too. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unscrew this whole thing. The one thing you do have to be careful with is when you're unscrewing this, some of the buttons on the front can fall out, so you do have to be really careful. So just one screw. Okay. It shouldn't take too long to do this. I've done this a few times. Just two. Three. It's four. It's five. Six, and one more. Seven. Okay, so those are all 7 screws. Now you could actually, you do have to use a little bit of force to pull this apart. Just be careful because these buttons can fall out. A lot of these can fall off. But once again, just for those of you that were ever curious, you do need this special Torx hex wrench or Torx head wrench. I forgot what it's called exactly. But if you just like Google or look on Amazon, you can look up a wrench for Xbox 360 controller. It will come up. So it's actually pretty easy to do once you have the right tool. It's only a few bucks. So let's put that aside. Okay, so all you gotta do is pull it apart. And I'm gonna pull it apart face down so the buttons don't fly off. Okay, you can see. Okay, there's the back. Alright, I'm actually just gonna put this sticker back. So I'm not gonna get rid of this obviously just in case, you know, shell breaks or I don't like it, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm just gonna put it to the side. Okay, here's the inside of a controller. If you've never seen an Xbox 360 controller on the inside. Okay, the triggers here. Here are the vibration for the thumbsticks. Okay, and this is actually where the battery goes. So if you look at the top here, these are the bumpers. Okay, you just got to be careful and slowly lift everything out, including there's a bottom bumper too. Okay, you just slowly, you got to pick everything up. Like I said, I need the buttons, I need everything in there. I don't need the start buttons, but all of this comes out. So maybe I'll start. I'm taking the bottom bumper out first. Okay, it's out. Just have to pick that out. Okay. Now here's the main circuit board. I'll lift the controllers out with it. Okay. And then now what I'll show you too is here are the thumbsticks. Okay. If you want, you can actually change these too. I know certain companies sell aftermarket ones. I do like the Evil sticks that Evil Controller sells, and I do have a few of those, but they don't seem to last very long. So I actually like the originals that come with the Xbox controller. So I will be using these. But you can change these out if you want to. So let's put that aside. Okay. Now I am going to need all of this. So I'm just going to keep my hand on it so it doesn't fall out. But when you flip it over, the D-pad, Xbox button, and the X, A, B, Y buttons. So I do need to take those for the new controller. Okay, let's take it out carefully. Okay. So this just pops. This pops right off. Okay. Just try to remember you're going to put everything back the same way you take it off, but into the blue shell. Okay. Now, I've never taken out a D-pad before. So it looks like with the D-pad, I do need a small Phillips screwdriver. So let me get one of those. Okay, I got my small Phillips head screwdriver. It's a very small head, not a normal size screwdriver. I happen to have one of these, so it looks like I have to unscrew the D-pad First time I've actually taken a D-pad from a controller, so let me just unscrew that. Just keep in mind, if you're going to try anything like this, just remember how everything went in so you can put it back the same way. Last thing you want to do is spend money on a, I mean 15 bucks is not a lot, but spend money on a shell and then not be able to put the controller back together. So just take your time. I'm going to try to do this quick. I've done this a few times. Okay, so I'm unscrewing the D-pad. So here's one screw. Let's get this out of the way. Looks like this one's not loose yet. Okay, let's just pop that out. Okay, it's the other screw. So here is the D-pad. I don't know how this thing comes out. Let's see. I see, it looks like there's little clips in there I gotta push. So let's do that last. Okay, so let me take this out. Okay, this is actually what pushes it on the circuit board. Okay, this is the membrane. Alright, so I gotta keep that face down. Okay, now let's just take these buttons out. Alright, here's your Xbox button. I don't need the inside because this one comes with one, so that just goes in. That one was not good. So I'm start and the back button, put them back the right way. Alright, these buttons, just the Y button, X button, A button, they all just come right out the back. So you just put those back in. Okay, those are pretty easy, they'll slide right out. Just be careful because they will drop out and you could lose them. Okay, so far this is what it looks like. Alright, you gotta make sure they go all the way in. Okay, I'll put the membrane back in. The membrane will hold it in a little bit. Okay, just take a quick look at it, make sure it looks good. Looks good so far? Sorry, looks good so far. Okay. Now, I do gotta figure out how to get this D-pad out. Okay, I found the screw. I just happened to drop it right below this wrench here. So you just gotta screw these little silver screws back into the back of the D-pad. These little screws are a pain. Okay, I got it. I don't know if you can see it. I put my hands in the way. But just gotta, don't over tighten anything that's plastic ever, so. Okay. Okay. It's tight now. And you put on this little membrane back here, and there's a little hook here. Okay, and that hooks right into a piece right on the shell. Okay, just make sure that's snug. Okay, now this may be a little bit tricky, but let's put the circuit board back in. So just gotta slide it back in, no particular way, because they do vibrate. You want the wires to be on the top. Okay, they should be snug. Alright, and there are screw hole alignments for this, so you can actually see where they should go. So here's the top of it, and there's little screw guides where the screws go in. Okay. Alright, it should fit kind of snug. Okay. Now one thing I do have to do is I have to put these bumpers back on. Okay. So here's the top bumper. Alright. Here's the bottom bumper. And then these just go right over. There's screw holes here. There's actually guides to help you. Just make sure those go on right. probably a lot easier than it's actually looking. Okay, but it fits in. You'll be able to know how it fits in once you look at it. And then obviously here's the top bumpers. Alright, actually it's easier if I take this up and then put this down. As you can see, there's two little screw posts that you put the top bumper over on. So let's go ahead and get that back on here neat. Okay, almost got it. Sorry, I got it backwards. So here it goes. Okay. And this is not brain surgery, so you'll see how things fit. Okay, everything's pretty flat now. All right. See, no spaces. All right. Okay, everything's pretty snug. All right. Now the next step, top part, the back of the shell, I mean. Now this just should go right over. You want to be careful of these metal battery terminals. So just make sure those you don't push down too hard on those, because those should slide into the bottom here. Make sure they slide into the compartment. Okay. You may have to push down on the triggers a little bit to get them to go in. All right. Ooh, looking good so far. Okay. Alright. Now let me just put the 7 screws back in real quick. Okay, so here we go. Do the middle one first. You do the middle one, it'll keep the rest easy to keep the rest down. So this is the easiest one, I think. Hold on a second. This shell is new, so I may have to use a little bit more force. Let's do an end one first. Once you get the first one in, the rest will be easy because you don't have to really worry about the controller falling apart. Okay, that's one. Once I get this tightened, everything will be nice and snug. Okay, that's 2. Just tighten this one back a little more. It's 3. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. You can fast forward a little if you want. This is 4. Remember there's 7 total in the back. Ooh, I almost went too hard there. Got 3 more. So I got 2 on there. This is the 4th one. It's actually a little bit tight, I think because the shell is so new and there's probably so much chrome lacquer or paint or whatever it is. last one is the middle one. It's a little bit tight, so it's taking me a couple extra minutes. Don't want to break anything, it is plastic. Whoops. Okay, this is the last one. It's a little bit tight. Okay, that's good. Let's put my Torx hex wrench away. Alright, let's see if these batteries still work. I usually use rechargeable, so I don't usually use AA's, but since they gave it to me, I might as well try them. Okay. Batteries in as usual. Make sure the gap around the sides is minimal. Okay, there should be no big gaps if you tighten it enough. Okay. Alright. So let's hit the button. Look at that. I just gotta sync it. We have a working Xbox 360 controller. Changed the shell myself to a chrome blue. Very similar to what you could buy in GameStop. I think it's $55 at GameStop. The only difference is you'll get the transforming D-pad, and I actually think that these thumbsticks are better than the one that you can get at GameStop for $54, because those are like a smooth, hard thumbstick, whereas this is the original rubber one, which I know a lot of people do like. So you get basically the same look for 15 bucks. You could buy online. I'm not promoting, don't work for Evil Controllers, but that's where I got it from, $14.99, and free shipping. Okay, and it looks almost identical, actually almost looks a little bit better, I think, than the one that you can buy directly from made by Xbox at GameStop, because this whole controller is actually blue chrome, and just the battery pack I had to take from the original controller. But I know the one that they sell, the back is actually all black, so this controller is now all blue chrome. Okay, and the only difference is the D-pad. So I think this may be my favorite controller going forward. So here you guys go. Enjoy. If you want to try to do this, hit me up. Leave me a message, comment, like, subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this. I'm going to be putting up a lot of Gears videos, some laptop reviews. You know, I do it just for fun. You know, I like to be informative. So this is pretty easy to do. For 15 bucks, wow, I don't think you can go wrong. It feels like a brand new controller, and all I did was I basically just took the face of a original controller off, and I changed it to this one. So hey, any questions, let me know. But it's pretty easy. The biggest thing you need, you just need the right wrench, the right tools, and just take your time. Thanks.